come once a day and just
scream into a
relax.
pillow.
Don't
Wait. Are those like at the same time?
Yeah.
The Vocal Monitors, starring Candice Ryan and Karen Claypool. Together they bring years of tour and stage experience, while Karen, a seasoned vocal coach, has 3 studio albums with one of her projects, the Dirt Road Angels. Candice is an award-winning performer, backup singer, and all-around loud person trying to learn more about not ruining her voice. Join them while they tackle questions from social media. Maybe a guest will join them. Now here they are, the Vocal Monitors.
Welcome to episode 1.
Yes.
We're super excited to
nervous.
finally be... You're nervous?
I'm nervous. Okay, first of all, let's introduce ourselves. The song obviously told you who we are, but we're going to really tell you who we are. Because everybody has, like, stage persona, but what are they really, really like? I think I've asked enough radio questions where, like, you have your, like, robot, I was born and raised in this type of music. Everybody played this type of music. I love everything. And that's, we're so much more than that.
Yeah, I really do feel like I'm so introverted on my own that, my stage self is a part of me. It's not like an act, but it's definitely not the whole picture. Far from it.
I think I'm more like stage Candice now. I think now that I like what I get to do on stage and how confident I feel. So why shouldn't I feel that way all the time?
We both are living here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And if you're local, you're enjoying some really smoky weather outside due to forest fires. So that's been crazy for everybody, period, but especially singers.
Singers, people who talk all day, people who exist. I was one of the brave people camping through the May long weekend, and it was awful. And now I've got like gigs coming up. Yeah, I got gigs coming up this weekend. So now it's like, don't be a total idiot and drink tea. Drink something.
Everything. Drink everything.
All of the things. Drink every single thing you could possibly.
We both are like, by the way.
Toilet bowl water. Just drink it all.
Drink
just
it all.
Consume
as much liquid as you can.
No, don't do that. That's awful advice. Don't listen to me. But that's why you're here
to get our bad
advice. No,
the smoke's been it does affect. Like my voice feels tired. Like even in my talking voice, I'm doing a lot of vocal fry and stuff. What's your favorite warm-up? What's your favorite?
Hang on one momento.
Hydration break.
Also, this turmeric ginger tea is fucking amazing.
It is good. Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. I love a good lip trill because I'll be perfectly honest. Everybody, I think you have to like loosen up your face so much more, and I think I'm more afraid to, like, make weird faces, and I have to get over that.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're going to sing, you have to, like, scrunch your face, and you have to...
Oh, yeah. Lip trills?
And I hope everybody who's listening tried it, wherever they are. Just take a deep breath and just, like, let it out.
And hum while you're doing it. That's what makes it a lip trill, right?
It's just fun to do.
When you open your throat up into a yawn and then you lip trill and the air kind of hits it in little like bursts and you get like this little throat massage.
Oh, yeah, you get the deep throat opening.
So nice. It's so nice. Lip trills are my favorite warm-up. I do them like in the shower just along to my like a couple playlists that I have. Oh, Paramore. I warm up to Paramore.
Do you put on a concert when you're in the shower?
You know what? I actually don't.
No?
Like sing around the house and sing in the car and stuff as much as you might think. I used to do that all the time when I was growing up. And I feel sad sometimes. I'm like, why don't I just like sing more? But
childhood trauma.
Right? But also that probably is true. But I also feel like just I use my voice so much now, like between gigs and teaching students.
It's like a job now. It's
everything I do is vocal and my voice is tired. Like I'm tired. You know?
I'm fucking tired all the time. Welcome to adulting.
Right? Yeah. You know what? I read this thing the other day that said, when you wake up in the morning, if you just like tell yourself, like you change the story in your head and you just start saying to yourself, like, wow, I had such a good sleep. I feel so rested.
Oh, you're tricking your
that
mind.
You trick yourself.
I like that.
And so this weekend I got consistent like 4 hours of sleep a night for no reason. Like just didn't go to bed and had to get up early. And then I just started like trying it out, you know.
I had an amazing sleep
so good
last night.
Same.
Like it's just like relaxing and just, I don't know. I think, and it's the same way, like pulling your own toxic positivity with yourself.
Right.
And I totally approve of it. I'm a very positive person and a lot of bad things happen to me.
Yeah, right?
So it's like, you just kind of have to, you know.
You have to pick your battles. We don't have energy to be upset over everything, right? Like,
no.
It was too exhausting. I'm not going to get upset unless, like, it's really worth my energy, you know?
I totally agree. Gosh. I think that's...
We're just out here trying to let our higher selves take charge.
And I think once you discover that part of yourself, it's easier to build your future self.
Yeah. And just be more, like, open.
Yeah.
I don't know. It goes hand in hand with, you know, being an artist. I think there's a big difference between being a performer and being an actual artist and really getting to know yourself. It takes a lot of reflection.
Oh, hell yeah. God, how long... Well, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
I've been in the game... Okay, so I'm going to be 38 in October. I won the Road to Big Valley singing competition in 2008. We're the same age, right? Is that why?
I'm 28.
Oh, you're 28. Jesus.
Yeah. But you know what? I got into the music industry, like I started playing gigs as a part-time job when I was like 15. And so all of my like best friends in the music industry are just a bit older than me, right? Like even in my band, like I'm the youngest by a lot. And I just get on better.
But that's because
I don't know.
There's certain people. I was saying this the other day. It's like musicians will always be musicians. Like you just can't take it out of them.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
I've worked in. I grew up in the trucking industry, so like my mom worked in an office. My dad drove a truck. It was just something that I never thought about music. I didn't have anybody other than I was the entertainer at parties.
But it came out of you anyway, right?
Yeah, they'd put on the music and I would just sing, and then they'd make me sing, and then they're like, sing louder. So I'd sing over the party, and that's why I'm so loud. I have a question.
Did you get into radio before you got into music?
No.
Okay, so did you have a career before radio?
Yeah, I was in trucking. Like, I typed bills up, and I called people for like home deliveries and booking like trucks in and
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I just did like
you haven't written a song about that?
Right? That's so country.
We need more songs about trucks, don't you know that?
Oh my god, it's so true. Like that's probably why I work at like the countryest radio station. I just fit in, and like honestly, I grew up with truck drivers and dock workers and like
down to earth people.
Yeah, your blue collar crowd. Like that's where I am. That's where I'm comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I never thought about music until I won that Road to Big Valley. And after that it was just like, well, if everybody seems to really like you out there. You seem to really like light up the stage, and
you have to love it.
Yeah.
I think that the music industry is like, it can be toxic and abusive and like all these terrible things, and it can also be like inspiring and loving, and like it's such a family. Even like we live in a big enough city that there's quite a large music scene, and I play in like a country band, and then I play in a rock band, and then I also play in a alt rock pop duo. So like the scene is different for all three, and the people in each scene is different, and they're all it's all good people.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, like I've been in just like the country scene. I didn't know anything about like the pop scene until like I started going out with my friend to open jams, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's cool.
Where's the country? Where's the twang?
So because we live in Alberta, there is definitely more probably like budget for country gigs because we have rodeos and stuff, right? We have we have more festivals for that kind of thing. Country bars book live music, like clubs don't book singer. You know what I mean? Like there's more of a circuit for like country rock. Yeah.
Would you? Well, I guess if like you guys, would you move to another city? Like if
who knows? I don't know. I love Edmonton.
I guess that's really personal.
No, that's fine. I have no idea. I'm very like hands off with my future a little bit. You know, like that sounds so fun. And there's definitely like a version of me on a multiverse somewhere, like living in a different city every month. Like I could do that. You know, I love the idea of that. Most of my work is like gigs, and then like I teach online master classes and stuff, so I could bring it anywhere with me. It's something that sounds intriguing to me, but I also love Edmonton. I do hate the cold though. It could be shorter. Like I like
if you're not
after
like
Christmas
dressing
though,
properly, like
after Christmas, winter can fuck off. Like I'm down for it. Up until Christmas, I'm like Santa is coming. I love Halloween.
How many boxes of Christmas stuff do you have?
Like for decorations? More than your average.
How many trees do you put out?
2.
That's not that bad.
I have one in the basement. Well, I used to only put up 1, but last year my sister has toddlers, and I wanted them to help me decorate one.
Aw.
You know?
Kids are awful at decorating trees.
That's why I had to have 2. The upstairs one's nice.
Oh my gosh. I've had to let go of so much of my like anxieties about things being in the right place. As you'll notice, like you're in my home, I'm a very minimalistic person. I don't like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
I was married to somebody who was a hoarder, and it was just, it's so many things. I'm like, I just can't handle.
You have this clear mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of things. However, my kitchen table is a different fucking story. Like everybody has like their spot. Just like, I don't know where this goes, to the kitchen table. Mm-hmm. What's your coffee order?
If I'm making coffee at home, it's just like a little bit of milk in my coffee, but not cream milk. A little bit of milk.
Like what kind of milk?
Like 2% milk. Just that's it. Like, you know.
Not bad.
But I have a mean chai tea latte addiction.
Yeah, you got me hooked,
like,
bitch.
Did I?
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'm just be like, damn, I gotta go for a chai tea latte.
Oops.
Oh, so sincere.
We should go get some.
Oh
gosh. Yeah, it's not good. And my brain is like, it's a chai tea latte. You're drinking tea. But like, there's so much sugar in them for first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I do like, okay, black. I'm just like.
You're a black coffee girl?
Yeah. It's so funny. I weaned myself off of doubles. And I just like, because I was like consuming so many of them, and I was like, this is disgusting. Like, do you like grind your beans yourself?
Our coffee machine, like 2 Christmases ago, I told everyone in my family to start talking to each other and to get me this coffee machine. It is amazing. You put the beans in whole, and then you say like how many cups you want. It just grinds the perfect amount. Because you're not supposed to grind them like too much or too, you know, like I can't be responsible for all that. But if I don't have good coffee at home, you can bet your ass I will get a coffee out every single day. I will. Like, it's every day I'll just be like, it's a write-off. I need more write-offs. Look at me being productive all day. I deserve this. Like, I'll just buy myself.
That is a whole entire episode, man. As a.
Oh, yeah.
What are we? Independent contractor?
Yeah, your proprietorship.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you guys want us to talk about, right?
Your business,
taxes.
Right? Seriously, taxes. Yeah. Adulting.
Yeah, so your coffee, do you drink like black coffee most days?
Yeah, honestly, do you want to hear something really disgusting? And I'm ashamed to say this out loud. But like, I'll make like a pot of coffee and I'll just like microwave it through like a few days.
I have like this,
don't judge me.
It looks like what is it? It looks like a coaster, but it turn it on and it heats up. And it keeps your coffee hot. So you can or this motherfucker, Yeti.
Seriously, this isn't a commercial. I feel like this is one of those things
Please
where
keep
you're
your
like,
copy
oh, you're
hot
talking
forever.
about things like, but it's, you know what? These are what we use on a daily basis to get
But
through
if
our lives.
any of you guys would like to sponsor us,
Just saying.
like for free.
I'm also the queen of finding cups in the microwave.
Do you drink them even though it's been forever?
No.
Okay.
I have a limit. It's not
Yeah.
much. My morals are very short, but I do have them.
Yeah. So you got into music. I know that you like officially kind of joined the scene when you did that big ballet competition and won it. But like you were musical.
Yeah, I've always just like
Always.
sang, but I never like you. I'm not around the house. I don't sing around people.
Right.
I sing in the car. That's where my rehearsing's done.
Me too.
Since I don't really go anywhere, I'm just like I really got to figure my time out and schedule my days.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I spread myself to all the projects that I'm in, and I make sure that everybody gets their time, and it's great having.
Tell us about your projects, because not everybody knows the projects you're in.
Yeah, so with the congregation, so band doing that, we've got tour dates and things, and plus I'm in a corporate party band, the Nervous Flirts, and we do our things as well, and yeah, just model shoots, and it's so fun. It's so funny. My daughter, she the more friends she makes at school, she's like showing everybody. She's like, if you go to Spotify, you can find my mom.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, man, who needs PR when you've got like a 7-year-old on your side?
Right? Yeah, the next generation.
Yeah, so I mean, it's amazing just doing all these things and finding the stuff that really makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like, we really live in a world of people who have to go to a work that they hate every day. I was one of those people for so long.
I couldn't, like, I have mad respect for anybody out there who is, like, working a 9-to-5 job that you maybe are, like, medium passionate about, or, like, it's okay, right? But then pursuing music on the evenings and weekends.
Oh, my God.
You know, I feel so blessed to be at a point in my life where everything I do, all of my income, it comes from like a music related thing, you know? I feel so blessed for that. And if you are like grinding it out and you still have your 9-to-5 job and then you're doing music on the side, like, keep going, you're killing it. That would be so exhausting.
It is tough because like trying to find your time to work on these things, and that's,
or like just staying inspired. Sometimes I feel like as an artist, of course it's your job to like sound good, and it's your job to like, you know, practice and show up on time, all these things. But I feel like the thing that makes the most contagious artists are the people who are really inspired all the time. And when you're around them, you just like catch it, you know, you're like, oh man, you make me feel like I want to chase my dreams. And remaining that inspired all the time is hard. You have to be like consuming art, finding things you love. You have to be, you know, you have to make time.
When they would be like, I'm quitting my full-time job, I'm getting into it this, you know, and it's watching them succeed and being able to, like, as a local artist, it's so impressive seeing these people grow up and chase their dreams and work really hard, and you're just like on this, I'm not saying on the side, but like our version of the side is right there, you know, cheering them on as, you know, they're getting called up.
So much harder. Like, this is interesting because you got into music at a like older age. I, you know, got into music young. My dad was an artist, and so like I got defaulted into that. You know what I mean? Like, I got defaulted into that really young. So
you were never afraid to be on stage, whereas me, like,
or like taking those risks, when you go to take those risks of like quitting your job and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I took the risk to like make music a part-time job when I was in high school instead of going to Subway. You know what I mean? Crazy. Like, that's a different risk than when you're an adult.
I was in voice lessons and piano
like,
for a little bit.
Quitting your full-time job. Like, that's intense, right?
Yeah, and when Adam Gregory got scouted, and that day he was actually at Mr. Entertainment with me. That's where we did our voice lessons. And his mom remembered.
He was your teacher?
Huh?
He was your teacher?
No.
Oh.
We were kids.
Oh, you're both kids. Okay.
Yeah,
so you're both taking lessons.
We were both at singing lessons. Our recital was at Heritage Mall on the south side, the mall that doesn't exist anymore. I was supposed to go after him, and I ran away. I was so scared.
Right.
I was so intimidated, and I ran and I hid. Granted, I ran into a Mr. Entertainment store and hid under a piano bench, but...
So you were easy to find.
I was easy to find, but
Did you do it?
No.
You did it that day?
No.
Crazy.
And he got scouted that day, and then he went on to, like...
Oh, and you were like, well, damn it.
Well, you know what? I would have never been ready. And, like,
Yeah.
knowing that, like, I was resentful for so many years, but it's like, I was never ready.
Yeah.
And I think that it has to, like, you have to really have the right people on your side.
Yeah.
And I was married twice, and my first husband wasn't supportive at all. And it was like, all of a sudden, you're like, what am I doing? All these things are happening, and you're not even on my side.
Right.
So it's like, it felt so awful, and it was just really hard. So it was like, you know what? I went to Calgary one day, and I told my mom, I was like, when I come back, I would like you to help me pack up what I need, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you had to really dive into that.
Yeah.
I think that there was definitely different, like, traumas and struggles that came with growing up in the music industry. I did singing competitions from when I was very young, like 12.
Like how old? 12?
12, maybe younger. Like, but there were always, like, those country music search, and, like, there was a bunch of them, right? You learn from a young age that success equals people like you. Like, popularity is success when it comes to being an artist, and there's just tons of pressure all the time. I used to feel like I have so many journals and diaries where I'm just, like, so confused because everybody kept telling me I needed to, like, pick my genre. Like, who are you? What are you pursuing?
Yeah.
You know, and I kept being like, I like more than one genre, and just feeling like I like made a pact to, like, only sing country. You know, and
I tried to sing. I wanted to be the next, like, Avril Lavigne, and like, but I sounded so
fuck that,
young,
man.
you know?
I hate that.
Oh,
artists that are, like, going out there and singing, like I like good music. There are music I don't like, but I like good music in all the different genres.
Yep.
You know, when it's good. And so there are some artists now who are like, like Post Malone and Miley Cyrus and stuff, who are just, like, releasing covers. Even Luke Combs released like a Tracy Chapman song. You know, like, it's different now. Artists are breaking out and being like, listen, I don't have to be this one brand.
But they also had to pay their dues.
Yeah, you have to pay your dues. You have to be, like, true to yourself. Yeah. And if you're a person who likes different things, then you can still be that.
Absolutely. And I love, like, let's take Miley, for example. Like, I love where she's at now because she had to tell everybody, I am a fucking human being.
Yeah. Yeah, that must be wild.
Let me grow up. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
What was she, 13?
Yeah, that would be wild. Yeah.
Like, that's
a lot of attention.
Huge. At 13.
Yeah.
God, think of who you were at 13.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even, like, what I was doing at 13 is not.
I don't know. Maybe our little 13-year-old selves were just, like, perfect. Maybe, you know? Like, it's nice to think of your childhood that way and be like, oh, we were, like, naive and, like, not having to, you know?
I had to grow up fast.
Yeah.
You know, at 13, I wish I could have been a kid. I was...
Yeah. You're getting to kind of re-heal some of those childhood wounds now as you pursue things that, like, matter to you. Actually matter to you.
And, like,
now.
having a kid. Like, I have a 7-year-old. She'll be 8 in July. And it's like, I have to make sure that I'm the best version of who I am.
Yeah.
So she can grow up in the household that, you know, she's in. My house is the household for all kids. Like, all the neighborhood kids come here because it's a safe place, and I have air conditioning. So everybody comes over.
That helps,
right?
Yeah.
My one neighbor, she's like, "No wonder you're so fucking happy all the time. You have air conditioning."
I, like, don't mind when the house gets hot. That's, like, a thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm always cold. And so when I can actually wear, like, shorts.
Yeah.
And, like.
Not have to have her under a blanket.
Yeah. And walk around my house and be comfortable.
I do a lot of TikToks.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok live all the time, and I love doing it. I love, like, that kind of just being it. Like, I love doing radio. So I love that communication of people. And now that
expression.
I've, like, had a taste of it, I love that just being submerged. And people, like, say some weird shit, and I love it. And I think, like, because I've always been that type of person, I'm going to say it anyway, so might as well talk about it.
I'm more of a fan of Instagram. Like, I'm just...
Yeah.
I'll post all the things I post on Instagram on TikTok, but I don't even really know how TikTok works.
I get asked all the time if I'm on Twitter, and I was like, that is another thing I just don't want to deal with.
Doesn't work for my brain.
No,
okay,
it's too
to be
much.
successful at like running a business or promoting a brand on social media, the like level of commitment and workload.
Oh my God.
And then we're supposed to be able to be active on like
true.
Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, and it's like,
yes,
I don't
and
know.
you take advantage of
It's a lot.
scheduling all the time. Like, you are so good at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, my content's, I batch everything.
So when it comes to scheduling stuff on your social medias, how much time do you take out of like the week or the day to stay on top of it? And then go and check the socials. Like, go see how many there are.
My personal account, I never log on or post shit. My music account, like my K Clay Music, that's where I primarily teach vocals, and I also like do like some solo singing stuff. I post 2 reels on that a day. And so for a month, and that includes like every day. So that is like 60 reels a month or so. And then on my rose colored glasses account, that's like my alt rock band. I do 2 a week. DRA, my Dirt Road Angels country band, I edit 2 a week for that.
Wow.
And then I have a couple clients that I make content for as well. So I do a lot of like editing and stuff and prepping and filming. I'll write down all my ideas. Like, it'll take me a couple hours to like kind of map out the month and write what videos are going where. And then I'll spend a whole day filming them. And then about half of them I give to my assistant to edit, if they're like really simple edits. And if there's like a weird creative idea behind it, then
And
I
now when she
edit
says
them.
assistant, this is like, you get on which site again? Is
I have a virtual assistant, so she lives in the Philippines, but
well, what's that site that you found her from?
there's like a whole bunch of them,
Because
like
people
Fiverr
really
or
need
something.
to like, what is it, Fiverr?
That's not what I used, but a lot of people use Fiverr. The one that I use.
Taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Because it is, especially if you are seeing a little bit of income come in.
That's
check and
true.
see.
You can, yeah.
It is so worth it to get that extra help doing the so-called tedious things that we think about that we need to do as social media present people.
So I get her to edit most of them, right? And I edit some of them. And then I put them in a Google Drive like per day. And each one has a video, the cover, and the caption. And then she does all of the posting. So every day she gets on there twice a day. She posts, she replies to all my comments, she replies to all my messages. Like, she runs my accounts. So she's a full-time employee for me.
That's amazing.
Which is like, I couldn't do it without her either. So yeah, I would say like that, even just like sitting there and putting all the videos in the folders for her to post takes like 5-6 hours. But that's for the month, you know?
A month. Like, that's amazing.
But I run like a couple different email lists and stuff too. Like, there's a whole side to online marketing. Like, 3-4 days a week I sit at my computer all day. Yeah, it's a big part.
It is, and you have to. It's the admin things that we might not like to do.
Yeah.
But we have to do it, especially as
and the investment is at least just your time.
Sorry, a bird just hit the window.
I hope he's okay.
He went down, but
did he?
Yeah, he might have just like swooped.
You gotta stop cleaning your windows.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh gosh. Okay, but as far as like social media goes, I am a millennial. So I got to be in the industry before and now after. Okay, like that's just true, barely, right? And you used to have to like, first of all, if you wanted to record a song, you had to pay a producer. Like, there was no way you were doing it on your own. Like, you know, now you can at least cut like demos and rough tracks. Before it was like you needed a producer the whole way, and that's like a few grand a song if it's cheap, but you also want it to be good. So right, so you have to do that. You have to hire musicians on the song. Once you had the song, you had to get it released to radio. Even getting it on DMDS was like, you still have to do that if you want to go to radio, but that would be like a couple $100. Then you have to hire a tracker, which was thousands, right? Like 2,500, 3,000, like so much money to promote. A lot of bands had agents because different like rooms, like you know all this, but casinos and stuff have would work with a booking agent who would book bands. So you had to have an agent on your side who took a portion of the pay, right? There used to be this huge investment. There still is, obviously. But all I'm saying is that now you can promote yourself on social media and get a shit ton of traction, and all you have to invest is your time. You don't have to invest your money. Anyone can do it if you're willing to, like, get out of your comfort zone.
And that's seriously with, like, anything. Like, it sounds so cliche, but a little bit of effort goes a long way. And I am the queen of lists. Like, the lists that are around my house are insane, and I love, honestly, when you see the behind the scenes of this, we have a giant list, and shout out to the giant list, let's be honest.
Okay, do you want to hear a funny story? The first time that we tried to film this podcast, we were like, listen, we both are excellent conversationalists.
Yeah.
We can just talk and talk and talk. So let's just hang out with and, like, put a camera up, and, like, that's all we need to do. We don't need to plan this. And that didn't go that well.
No.
It was just, like, honestly,
Winging
the technical side
didn't work.
Winging it didn't work. And then we tried to wing it, like, a couple more times. None of them worked. And it was mainly shit like, we don't have room on our phones to record this and stuff. Like,
ridiculous.
Weird.
Because we talked so much, and it was all so good.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
But we got off track. And so then one day, we had this brilliant idea. Might have been over a joint.
It was totally
or a glass of wine.
And
we were like, we need a really big list. Like, we need a piece of paper that is, like, really big, and we could just make our list bigger. And we were like, wow, that's sick. So we got in the car, we drove to Staples, we bought, like, a huge easel with a huge...
We need a 3x2 list.
With a huge piece of paper. And for each episode, we just did bullet points. And
to stay on track.
Here we are killing it.
We're crushing it.
The big list is the answer. Sometimes if you're, like, hating on yourself because you did something wrong, or you know, you don't think you're, like, being successful, you just try increasing the size of your list.
Get bigger paper.
Yeah, like, make your whole wall a chalkboard and just write it down. Write it down.
Visual is so important. It's not just your stage visual. It's your life visual. It's your business. It's your business plan. What are you planning to do?
I think that is something that's so hard, like, for a lot of creatives, because isn't it a different side of your brain, right? Like, you have the creative side, and then I find, like, the periods of life where I'm really killing it on the business side, I'm not, like, writing as many songs, you know? I'm not, like, being as creative. And then the periods of life where I'm, like, the business is, like, good and I'm letting it coast, then I, like, create all this space to be creative. Because you can't, I'm sorry, but when you pencil your creativity in, it's not as effective.
Did you see my big giant calendar like yours?
Yeah. Did you get that after you saw mine?
No,
or you
always
had
had
it? Big calendars, big lists, big calendars, big lists, big.
It's so important.
Yeah.
That's the theme of the show today. What are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to? Okay. You know what? I've got a couple of fixation albums. That's what I do. Like, I'll just find an album. Paramore. I fucking love Paramore. Like, I grew up with Paramore, and so she's, like, you know, the same age as me. Back in the day, she's writing songs about, like, boys breaking her heart, and now she's writing songs about, like, not wanting to leave the house and never having enough time. You know, it's great. It's just, like,
you grew up with her.
I still relate to her. Yeah.
That's
She's got
amazing.
a crazy, crazy mixed tone, so it's kind of my warm-up, like,
someone to
album.
sing along with.
I'll do lip trills to that and, like, warm up to that because it just touches that spot in my range that's rusty in the mornings, you know? Love Paramore. Also, like, good summer stuff. It's always a good vibe.
That's true.
What else? I love Brothers Osborne. Especially, they have an album called Port St. Joe.
So do you listen to, like, do you stream your music, or do you, like, album, like, you buy an album, or do you...
I have a record player, but, like, we put it on while we eat, but we'll leave, like, we've had one Frank Sinatra's album every day for the last like 2 months. We don't change it all the, I don't like do my most listening there, Spotify, but I'll listen to albums. I don't really like to like shuffle. I like to get in and go down.
I listen to classic rock
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I find comfort in all of that.
Yeah. What are you listening to right now? Like, do you have a
right
certain
now,
album?
I'm a shuffler.
Okay. Yin and
super
yang.
ADHD, but like I listen to playlists.
Yeah.
So lately it's been like a funk and soul playlist.
Cool.
So a lot of like Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin,
Nice.
Otis Redding, just
Yeah.
a lot of
Otis Redding is one of the best vocalists of all time. Yeah.
Because and I mean it lets you listen to like not only just how people sing, because people sing differently in different eras.
Yeah.
And things change, but it's like so much more soul music, and I love a good vibe, and I'm still trying to like find who I am.
Yeah.
And being in so many different bands and releasing country music, I just want to find where I want the most, if I'm gonna be on stage singing songs again, what am I
think that what happened to me first when it came to that
singing.
journey was that I was a country singer, and I was like, you know what, maybe I like singing blues. That was like the first thing that happened to me, right? I was like, ooh, what if I had some blues in my country, right? Or some soul in my country. And that led me to feel like what I really, really did want is to have a lot of expression in my voice. Like the blues has like this way of like, when makes you feel something, and when I go see a show or I listen to music, like, I don't want to just listen. I want it to make me feel something. Yes. I want to feel what you're feeling. I want you to like,
I want to cry watching you.
Yeah, so I first added blues, but then when I realized that like all I really wanted was like expression, then, like sometimes that's really bluesy, but it also exists in like rock, a lot of hard rock. It exists in country. There's country music that has something to say. If you want to cry about how fast your kids are growing up, there's no other genre that can do it like country, okay? If you like, there are certain stories, like country can break your heart.
Oh,
like no other genre can break your heart like country can.
Yes.
Country is also great like drinking genre. We went to a Slipknot concert post-COVID. Holy fuck, that was so good. Yeah. I was so impressed. I'm very fascinated by all things vocal, and so metal screaming is something that I do on my own time.
Really?
But I don't do it in any of my I just like want to be able to do that. I'm always like, how I want to be able to do that,
That is, just learning how to not sing and push myself is one of the hardest things, because it's so easy. Yeah. Actually, like, it's so easy to screw up your voice, number one. But it's
a muscle.
Yeah.
You overwork it, right? Yeah.
Oh, totally. And one of the last gigs I was at, I didn't have in-ears in, and the PA was like on the side of the stage. But I just I came late, and I was like, I'm not just like whatever. It's a karaoke gig. Usually I don't like wear my in-ears, but like sometimes I do. Now,
did you have a wedge?
No.
Jesus.
It sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like having to push, and I couldn't hear myself. But I was like, I'm just gonna like just go with the flow and try to use the muscle memory of not having to push as much like through certain songs. But
yeah,
when you scream like "Sweet Child of Mine" at the end of the night, then you're just like, whatever.
That was one of the craziest things though, when I started like teaching myself how to, like, I don't want to scream, like metal scream, or there's a couple different placements. You can like have a guttural scream or like a, higher up scream. The first thing I realized was that it's not very loud. Yes! And then when you think about it, you're like, all these guys are like, their mic is like in their mouth, and that's why. Okay, Slipknot, Corey Taylor was like here. And I was like, and then he also like has sections of the songs, like most of the choruses and stuff, he's singing and it's clean. There's no rasp. And it's like beautiful.
He has a very beautiful voice.
He's very, and
especially when he does a SpongeBob song.
Does he do a SpongeBob song? I don't know.
Yeah, when he does like the Corey Taylor stuff, they have every show he's asked to do the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Are you ready, kids?
Yeah, and then he's like a motivational speaker too or something.
He's amazing.
Some of the things that he said on the mic at the concert, I was just like he was like, if you came to this concert, you're not just somebody who likes to listen to music. Like, you don't just put music on in the background. You listen to music.
Oh,
like,
yes,
you
and
listen.
that too.
And that, like, everybody here, all like 10,000 of you, have that in common. Like, the stuff he was saying was just like, it felt so...
It unified.
I felt like I was at like a hippie concert. I thought like...
Peace, love. That's all metalheads are, man.
Right? I can be a badass sometimes, but like externally, I'm a little bit of a preppy person. So I was like going to the Slipknot concert. I was like, I'm gonna wear my like Black Sabbath t-shirt. I'm gonna put on some eyeliner. I'm gonna try to fit in, And I thought there would be like it would be scary because it's a place like metal. It's a place people let out their anger. That's that was my perception, and I liked the music, but I was like, this is my first time, and then it was not like that at all. It was more like, this is a place that you're allowed to feel whatever the fuck you want to feel. And it's also a place where a lot of people who don't fit in regular society fit in here. Yeah. It was like loving. It's so I don't know. Great. It was very, very loving. And that was, there's a lot of fucking expression in metal, I love that. But I also love country, like I can't pick, and I also love
a primal scream. There's a Lady Gaga song that's out right now, that Bloody Mary or whatever. And there's a part in the song where she actually like full on screams, and if we're in the car or whatever and I'm around my kid, I will like literally scream that part.
It feels so good.
It feels so good.
It feels so good to make noise. If you haven't allowed yourself to like make a bunch of noise in a while, like go somewhere where you don't care and just be fucking loud. It is nice. It's nice to do.
Yeah, I scream into pillows. That's how I get my anger out.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't feel angry that often, which is I probably need to go to therapy about that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I yelled at a pillow, but I mean, it's, I think that's, I think it's healthy. I think people need to.
You do, yeah.
Come once a day and
scream into a pillow.
Wait,
are those like at the same time?
Yeah.
First episode. This one, we just kind of wanted to get to know you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you have any questions, let us know. Do you want to know more of, less of? No, just more of. Don't be mean.
We want to say a special thanks to Ravox. They did provide us with a discount code for their RESONO. It is an SOVT singing straw. It's one of the my favorite tools that I use as a singer. Awesome. It honestly, if you sing professionally, you need one of these. We're going to talk more about what that is and stuff in a different episode, but if you are interested in getting the discount, we'll put the links in the description. I think it's down, but we don't know
Wherever it is, just look for the description.
See you next time. Big calendars, big lists, big calendars, big lists, big